Death, to me, has never felt like an ending. It feels more like the beginning of another journey, quiet, mysterious, and far beyond what human eyes can grasp. I had heard many stories, read many accounts, but it wasn't until I listened to my friend, Mai and my friend Khanh, describe their near-death moments that I truly understood. What lies beyond death is not darkness, but a doorway. The intermediate state, what ancient teachings call Trung. Emma matches perfectly with modern scientific descriptions of near-death experiences. Many patients wake up and describe bright lights, strange sounds, the sensation of leaving their bodies. Mai and Khanh experienced the same. Two different people, two different lives, yet both reached the same point. Consciousness does not disappear when the body shuts down. Somewhere in the vastness of the universe, among billions of stars, there's a tiny planet where humans keep asking, who am I? Where did I come from? And where do I go when my final breath leaves my chest? We can dissect atoms, dive to the deepest oceans, send rockets beyond the atmosphere, yet we still don't understand our own minds. But after hearing Mai and Khanh, I realized something powerful. The things science has been searching for, and the things spirituality has protected for thousands of years, are finally pointing to the same truth. Consciousness is not inside the brain. The universe is inside consciousness. Mai's story, the first person who changed what I believed about death. Mai once lived and worked in Hong Kong. One ordinary day, she discovered a lump on her neck. After a biopsy, the doctor told her, lymphoma. I still remember the way Mai described that moment, clear but trembling. For 4 years, she lived in fear. She chased every treatment, tried everything that gave even a bit of hope. But the harder she fought, the worse the cancer grew. Eventually, doctors told her the truth straight to her face. It's too late. Your body may only have around 3 months left. Mai weighed only 38 kilograms. Her lungs were filled with fluid. Tumors spread everywhere. On May 1st, 2006, she fell into a deep coma. Her body could no longer breathe on its own. The next morning, she still didn't wake up. The doctors told her family, the dying process has begun. But no one knew Mai had already left her body. She said she felt as light as a feather, no pain, no fear, just peace, spreading through every part of her. She could see everything. She heard the doctors talking to her husband 12 meters away. She saw her brother in India, rushing to buy a flight home. Maya told me, I knew I had to wait for him before I left. Standing between life and death, I saw her true essence, light, compassion, and a presence no longer limited by her fragile body. She wanted to tell her family she was okay, but they couldn't hear her. Then she was pulled back into her body, and the impossible began. The tumor shrank, then disappeared. 3.5 weeks later, doctors found no trace of cancer. 5 weeks later, Mai left the hospital. 14.5 years passed and she remained healthy and full of energy. Mai once told me, what healed me wasn't medicine. It was the moment I realized I was light. That sentence changed me. Khan's story. The one who opened my eyes to where science and spirituality, Meekin, was completely different. He grew up in a time when society believed science was the only truth. He was a neurosurgeon, teaching medicine for 15 years. He didn't believe in the afterlife. Everything had to be measurable, testable, explainable, until the day his body collapsed from a rare, severe E. coli meningitis infection. He fell into a coma, had seizures, and his test results were catastrophic. On the 7th day, doctors told the family, less than a 2% chance of survival, and even if he lives, he will never be the same. But that was exactly when his journey began. Khan told me a white light lifted him up. A gentle valley appeared more real than real life. A warm, summer-like energy wrapped around him, dissolving all fear. And he touched the deepest core of consciousness's true origin. He met his father, who had passed away 10 years earlier, not in physical form, but as pure energy. No more misunderstandings, no unspoken words, unconditional love. Then he heard a gentle voice. You cannot stay yet. You will return. But first, we will teach you many things. Kahachanich didn't want to go back. His physical body was damaged, and his family was exhausted. But in that light, he understood why he got sick, why life brought him to this point. He received a message. When you return, the body will heal. He woke up on the 7th day. His earthly memory disappeared for a few hours, then returned sharper than before. Doctors couldn't explain how he heard conversations happening outside the room, or how he saw relatives far away. Khan told me consciousness isn't created by the brain. It passes through the brain the way radio waves pass through a receiver. What I understood after hearing their stories. From Mai and Khanh, I learned something simple. Consciousness doesn't vanish. It just changes frequency. Like a broken radio, the music is still there, even if the device stops working. When the body shuts down, consciousness simply moves into another form. Suddenly, the teachings of the Buddha from 2,500 years ago made perfect sense to me. Interconnectedness, interbeing, the universal field. All of it aligns with modern quantum theory and the idea that consciousness is not dependent on physical matter. Genes don't switch on or off by themselves. Our emotions and perceptions control them. This is epigenetics. When belief changes, the body changes. Mai is living proof, Khanh is living proof. I understood that. A bright mind creates a bright life. A fearful mind turns the world dark. When consciousness reaches its deepest layer, where only compassion exists, the body heals, life shifts, and the biggest questions of existence dissolve on their own. The universe does not run on matter, it runs on love. There is no absolute life or absolute death, only the endless transformation of a single, shared energy field that connects all of us. At the deepest level of reality, there is no you and me, only one ocean of light. And as Mai set us conside, and as I feel within myself, we do not merely see the light, we are the light.